Here's the headlines. Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP retains power in Manipur assembly polls. And India records 4,194 fresh COVID-19 cases, 255 deaths in the last 24 hours. Hello and welcome to ELITETV, your English news bulletin. I'm your host Deemita. Before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now the news in detail. The Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, has retained power in Manipur assembly polls. The BJP has secured majority by winning 32 seats in the 60-member assembly elections of Manipur. It has received 37.83% of votes. National People's Party got 7 seats with 17.29% of poll votes, but the party's state chief has lost the election. Janata Dal United won 6 seats with 10.77% votes. The Congress managed to win 5 seats with 16.83% votes. Naga People's Front got 5 seats out of the 10 seats they contested. Kuki People's Alliance has won 2 seats. 3 independent candidates have also won the assembly seats. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh won from Haingang's seats, beating Congress candidate. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the 5 states assembly elections results have put a stamp of approval on BJP's pro-poor and proactive governance. Addressing party Karyakatas at the party headquarters in New Delhi last evening after emerging victorious in 4 states, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, despite being in governance in 3 states, Uttar Pradesh, Goa and Manipur, the vote share of BJP has increased. He said in Goa, BJP has emerged as the single largest party. Mr. Modi said even after being in power for 10 years, the number of BJP seats in the state has increased. He said BJP has created history in Uttarakhand too. The Prime Minister said Uttar Pradesh had given many prime ministers to the country, but this is the first instance that a chief minister who had completed a 5-year term has been re-elected. Prime Minister Modi said over the years the government had not improved the governance delivery system but also brought transparency in the entire process. He said BJP assured the poor that government facilities would definitely reach every poor. In his address, BJP President Jagannath Prakash Nadda said people once again reposed their faith and put their stamp on approval of Prime Minister's welfare programs and policies. On the occasion, Mr. Nadda, along with Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Nitin Gadkari, felicitated Mr. Modi for the victory in the assembly polls. It is very unfortunate to see Club of Tentha village, Mairapaibi and Pradhan Naurem Pradeep of Tentha Gram Panchayat being quit after a total burn down of house on the 4th of this month by workers of Congress candidate Moirangthem Hemanta, said social and cultural activist Rakesh Naurem today morning at a meeting with Iramdam Yamgi Apunba Korzai Lup Imakhol when they came to help Rakesh with money and other supplies. He further demanded to take out the registrations of all these responsible clubs and Mairapaibi organizations if they are recognized body by the government, as they are the people who supports anti-social activities. He asserted that in 2017 general and 2022 by-elections too, he and his family were threatened by firing bullets and throwing stones at his residence. He thanked Indian Red Cross Society Manipur State Branch, Film Forum Manipur, Indigenous Manipuri Martial Arts Academy, Artistry Training cum Educational Research Center, Patriotic Writers, Forum Manipur and other people who condemned this situation and helped him in this crisis. Founder and President Dr. Rajkumar Gunachandra of Imakol led his visitations at Rakesh Place along with advisor C.H. Sangai Jawi, President Dr. C.H. Chandrakala, Secretary Wahengwam Roman of these organizations and writers Dr. Nirmala Rajkumari, Sagolse Muhindro, Tonjam Sarojini, L. Rasikanta and Leshangthem Ibiyaima. As part of 3 days long Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Desh Ki Hifazat, Desh Ki Shuraksha celebrations, 44 Assam Rifles under the aegis of 22 Sector ARIGRAs organized wreath laying and paid homage to the fallen at the Unit Memorial, Tamenglong. Secretary, District Veterans Associations led the veterans in paying their homage to brave hearts. Later, a Veterans Milan program was also organized by the battalions. On the sidelines of the celebrations, an immunization drive in the Kotlan area of Kangpopi district was undertaken in collaboration with PHC T.Y. Chong. Children under the 5 years of age were administered BCG, DPT, hepatitis B and oral polio vaccine. TT vaccine was also administered to pregnant women. Medical staff also addressed the reason for not assessing immunization service as cited by community. And now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
WMC is excited to announce that the third plenary session 2022 Delhi will be held on the 17th of April 2022 at Western Court, Janpat, New Delhi. This year's theme is Reawakening Our Spirit of Oneness. ELITETV is our media and channel partner. The entire event on 17th April will be telecast live on ELITETV. This event is organized by World Meitei Council. For more details, contact us on worldmeiteicouncil@gmail.com or 981-855-9349 or 991-083-6635.
Season View Yai Lifestyle Private Limited की food supplement registered under the MCA Ministry of Corporate Affairs हाइरिबा मखल असिगी product मंगादगी कानबा फंगबिगनी मदुदी अहानबदा Perfect Plus urinary tract infection disease kayadagi ngakthokpa ngami control glucose levels in blood improve immunity antioxidant liver disease amadi liver shokhanbadagi ngakthoi remove toxins haksangdagi fataba sengdokpa lok laihau toina togonbadasu fali ani subada perfect glow uring amadi mahing fahanba acne scar fahanba mai nanthokhanba skin nganthokhanba kuchuk men thokhali mai khwihande hum subada perfect ionic mineral diabetes BP wangba asthma khwang naba saru sonba haksangdagi fataba sengdokpa tumbayadaba piles arthritis ising mari nuaitaba anti aging khongya saba puramak fahali mari subada perfect active brain na tumbayadaba fahali kok ngawba wakal pothahanba tumbayadaba memory booster tension handhanba musung manga subada Perfect Women Care na urinary tract infection, premenstrual syndrome, angang khaudanaba, thagi khongkak chang naidaba, fingau ka hena chatpa, vaginal infection kayada fahanba ngami. Home delivery gi khudong sabasu phongbigani. Hena kupamarol gi dama khoi contact number 8413968314 da contact tobiu.
Welcome back again. You're watching ELITETV English News. India's daily COVID-19 cases rose by 4,194, taking the COVID-19 tally up to 42.98 million as per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare data. The daily COVID-19 day tolls by 255 on Friday, taking the total death toll to 5,15,714, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare data further revealed. Meanwhile, India on Thursday reported 4,184 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare said India's COVID-19 tally of cases had been pushed to 4,29,80,067 and the death toll to 5,15,459, the government data said. The country's active caseload currently stands at 44,488 and account for 0.10% of the total cases. The recovery rate of those infected with the virus is currently at 98.70. 6,554 recoveries were reported in the last 24 hours. The total recoveries have reached 4,24,20,150. As many as 8,73,974 tests had been conducted in the last 24 hours, thereby taking the total COVID-19 tests in the country to 77.60 crore approximately. Of the daily tests conducted, a daily positivity rate of 0.48% was observed. Under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive, 179.53 crore vaccine doses had been administered so far, the ministry said. A building structures in Lengpui airport, which is currently under construction, has collapsed yesterday evening at around 4:30 p.m. According to reports, two non-Mizo construction workers have suffered several injuries and immediately taken to a nearby hospital. The construction work is being taken up by the Mr. Joramchan Electric, Veng Aijol and KR Constructions, and the work was started in April 2021. The tender system for the airport construction has been a controversial topic in the public talk, and queries were also raised in the recently concluded State Assembly sessions after it came to public knowledge that one of the contractor, Kamlova Changangte, who owns KR Constructions, whose real name is Kamrul, before acquiring an SD certificate in Mizoram. The Young Mizo Association has taken up major battles with the state authorities on the issuance of scheduled tribe certificate to a non-tribal. 15th round of Corps Commander level talks between India and China will be held today. Talks between army commanders will take place on India's side on the Changsul-Molda border post. According to reports, nearly 2 months after the 14th round of talks on the 12th January this year, Corps commanders are meeting for the 15th round today, on India's invitation. In February, External Affairs Minister Dr. J. Shankar said India will not agree to any change in the status quo and any attempt to change the LSC unilaterally by one side. After 14 rounds of talks in nearly 2 years of military standoff, the Chinese Foreign Ministry recently said the two sides can make a step forward on the border issue, reach a solution and seek proper settlement of the disputes acceptable to both sides in the Friday talks. After this engagement had been undertaken on the north and the south banks of Pangong, Tiso, Galwa and Gogra, India has been insisting troop disengagement at the vital patrolling point 15 and the remaining frictions areas like PP-17 and the 17A in Hot Springs, Gogra post. Apart from the friction points, illegal constructions of a bridge on a Pangong Lake by China in eastern Ladakh also may come up in the talks. But the countries are positively looking forward with a resolve to find mutually acceptable solutions in the 15th round of talks. Indian Army delegations will led by 14th Corps General Officer Commanding Lieutenant General Anandya Sengupta and the People's Liberations Army PLA by the South Jising Military District Chief of Staff Major General Yang Lin in the talks. Russian troops engaged closed Kyiv on a Friday as officials said the Ukrainian capital was being transformed into a fortress, and President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Moscow of again targeting humanitarian corridors. Hundreds of thousands of civilians remain holed up to Ukrainian cities, including Besisk, Mariupol, under the Russian bombing campaign after first talks between Moscow and Kyiv's top diplomats ended without any progress. The Ukrainian military in a statement warned the enemy is trying to eliminate the defense of the Ukrainian force around. Region to the west and the northwest of the capital to block Kyiv. In the capital, Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said half the population have fled, adding that the city had been transformed into a fortress. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now let's take a look at the headlines once again. Bharatiya Janata Party BJP retains power in Manipur Assembly polls. And India records 4,192 fresh COVID-19 cases, 255 deaths in the last 24 hours. And that's all for now. For more updates, keep watching ELITETV English News. Thank you and have a great day.